Welcome grade 9 students to this year's course selection for 21-22. This is the time of year we always get together with our students and have them select their courses for the next year. So it's very, very important you're listening so that you understand how this process works, as it's the first time that you'll be navigating through it. With more freedom to select your courses, we always say comes more responsibility. So we expect you as a student at this school to take on most of the responsibility to making sure you get the classes that you want. Saying that, we're not going to just throw it at you and make you do it all by yourself. There's lots of people here to support you, and we'll talk about how all this process works and where you can go for help in the next couple of minutes here. So there's two parts to this course selection really this year for you. This is the first part where you're just learning about different classes we offer here at Tommy Douglas. So following a couple messages from myself and from Student Services, you're going to get an idea of all the different options that you have to select for classes next year. After you get to know these classes, you may still have some questions. And so it's really important you reach out to teachers and find out some more information so that you can make an informed decision about the classes that you want to take next year. The second portion is going to occur on January 25th to 29th, when your teachers are going to actually walk you through, so your homeroom teacher will walk you through all the steps and procedures that you'll need to do to actually log on to Maplewood, where you go to find out where the classes are and how to click and make sure that you are actually selecting the courses for next year. It's really important you get this done in the timeline so that you can guarantee your courses and your selections are good to go for next year. For grade 9s, we are going to also offer some support the first week that course selection is open. So starting February 1st, course selection opens to everybody. We will have a counselor or an admin come to your grade 9 class in the morning, and we'll make sure that we have some computers available for you so you can select courses that you would like. Now, one really important step and part of all of this is accessing the support you need. There's lots of people in our building that will help support you in this process. Obviously, our teachers. Student Services are going to be a really important, there's three really important people in Student Services. Ms. Lee-Waldy, Ms. Armstrong, and Mr. Berg, that'll all be there to help support students in course selection. And lastly, it's really important you involve your parents. Your parents can be a great support for you in helping you make decisions for next year's classes. So without further ado, I'm going to send it off to Student Services. And then after that, you'll be able to watch a video to learn about all the courses we offer here at Tommy Douglas. Thanks for listening.
Hello, I'm Ms. Armstrong, one of the school counselors here at Tommy Douglas. Today we're talking about course selection, and there's many steps that we can take in terms of our course selection process. So we can talk to a variety of people about course selection, such as your specific subject teachers. So if you're wondering what sort of math stream that you should take, talk to your math teacher, see what they might recommend. You may want to talk to an adult at home about those future ambitions. And it's okay not to know what you want to do for the rest of your life yet, but if you have some idea about those future ambitions, it may indicate the types of courses that you need to take in high school. And of course, you can make an appointment to see one of us in the school counseling office to talk about course selection. And so you probably know by now, but there are three of us counselors. Ms. Lee-Waldy works with grade 9s and 11s. Mr. Burke works with grade 10s and 12s. And I help out with grades 10, 11, and 12. And I'm half-time here in counseling. Here's our photos, just so you know who you're looking for. And your best bet, there's a QR code located across from our office that you can scan to request an appointment. Or send us an email and ask to come see us to talk about course selection. We'd love to help you. And we'll talk about post-secondary planning as well, as that may indicate what sort of classes you want to take. Or if you just want to check to make sure the classes you're thinking of taking works towards graduation and your post-secondary plans. You should have received an invite by now to your graduating class site. So it might be the graduating class of 2022, 23. And so on that Google Classroom, we'll be posting course selection information, but we also post a variety of other resources and information. If you haven't yet received an invite, pop down to Student Services, let us know so we can get you connected on our Google Classroom, as there's lots of very valuable resources located on there. It's important to know to graduate that there's a variety of requirements. You need to have 24 credits to graduate. And you need to complete some mandatory requirements, which you'll see on the 4-year plan document. When we talk about mandatory requirements, these are classes that you have to take in order to get your high school diploma. We'll also sometimes talk about electives. So electives are courses where you get to choose what you want to take, and those credits do work towards graduation as well. And then you'll notice sometimes that there are prerequisites to the courses that we're taking. So a prerequisite says you must have this class before you can take the next one. An example would be you must have physical science 20 in order to take chemistry 30. So physical science 20 is a prerequisite. So when you're taking a look at what classes to take, in grade 10, everyone takes 10 credits with a full schedule. And in grade 11 and 12, we want to continue to monitor those credits to make sure you're on track. If you do that 8 credits a year in 10, 11, and 12, that gets you to 24, or maybe you have 10 credits in grade 10, and then you'd be able to take a few more spares in grade 11 and 12 if you want. It's really up to you, but we want to make sure that you're working towards that 24 credits to graduation, and then making sure you have the requirements for any post-secondary programs you want to attend. It's important to check the grad plan, which is located in the course selection booklet. The graduation plan shows you how to get to grad, what it is, those mandatory requirements, what are the elective options that you might have, and you want to check these on here. So you'll see in grade 10, which classes you have to take, grade 11 and 12. Just a part of the document is here on the slide, and the rest of it is located in the course selection booklet. So I encourage you to take a look.
Salut 9e. Hey grade 9s. I am Madame Lafrenière, or Madame Laf, and I am the core French teacher here at Tommy Douglas. Core French is for anybody that wishes to learn the French language. There is no experience necessary. You are able to take core French as an elective in grades 10, 11, and 12. Some of the opportunities that may arise in taking these classes is the trip to Quebec in grade 10 and the trip to France in grade 12. Now, this is all dependent on when we are able to travel safely. I hope you really take core French into consideration for your classes next year. If you do, make sure that you're picking the right code, which is FRE10. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate. Come see me. I'm up in room 206. I'd love to answer any questions that you might have. Au revoir. Bye. Salut 9e. Voici une liste des cours obligatoires que vous suivront l'année prochaine en français. N'inquiétez-vous pas, nous allons passer à travers le choix de cours ensemble en classe. Alors, si vous avez des questions, gardez-les en tête et vous pouvez me les poser quand c'est le temps de le faire la semaine prochaine. Merci. Au revoir.
Hey, everybody. It is Flamin here to talk about English at the grade 10 level. So in grade 10, you're going to be taking 2 courses. The first is English 10A, and the themes that you're going to be looking at are the challenges of life and the mysteries of life. And then in 10B, you're going to be working with equality and ethics, and then the world that is around us and within us. Something that you might want to think about in grade 10 is if you're a student who really loves English, you love reading, you love writing, and want to dig in a little bit further, what you might want to think about is taking enriched English. If you have questions about that, you can talk to me, Ms. Flamin, or to Ms. Nairn.
At the grade 10 level, you have the choice of 2 social science courses. The first is History 10, with a focus on the concept of revolution and how it has affected Western society during the late 1700s through to the start of the 20th century. The second choice is Indigenous Studies 10. This course starts in the pre-contact period to present to study how the historical events and the culture affect the modern relationship between Indigenous and non-Indigenous Canadians.
Science 10 is designed to be a survey of the life and physical sciences. You will learn about how ecosystems function and why climates are changing for the biology unit. For chemistry, you will learn about different groups of chemicals and how chemical reactions happen. And for physics, you will study forces and motion. Science 10 is the prerequisite course for all 20 level sciences.
After completing Physical Education 9, you'll sign up for Female or Male Wellness 10. This is a compulsory course to graduate. You'll have the opportunity to build on the skills and tactics you developed in grade 9, in addition to learning new sports, games, activities, and theory. Wellness 10 is also a prerequisite to 20 and 30 level physical education classes. We can't wait to see you in Wellness 10.
Hi, grade 9s, Ms. Hamilton here. I'm going to share with you some options you have for choosing the math classes you're going to need next year, and that will also carry you through grade 12. All of these slides that I have to share with you are based on your current average. So if you could just quickly reflect where approximately you are, it's going to help you figure out exactly the course you need to take. So if you currently now have less than 70% in Math 9, or if you're in Math 9 Plus, a 3-year plan for you would look like taking in grade 10, Workplace and Apprenticeship 10, and then in grade 10, second semester, Workplace and Apprenticeship 20. In grade 11, you could then take Pre-Calculus 10, Foundations 20, and then in grade 12, Foundations 30. The reason this plan is so great is because by the end of grade 10, you have the prerequisite to graduate, number one, and you also have the prerequisite to get into approximately 70% of the programs at Sask Polytechnic. My face is in the way here, but by the end of grade 12, you would then have the requirement to get into a non-specific program at university. So you have lots of options with this pathway. What this means is then when you go to select, you would pick Workplace and Apprenticeship 10, Workplace and Apprenticeship 20. Okay, feel free to pause the video and write that down if this applies to you. If you currently have between 70 and 85%, a good pathway for you looks like Workplace and Apprenticeship 10 in grade 10, along with Foundations and Pre-Calculus 10. Grade 11, Workplace 20, Foundations 20, and then in grade 12, Foundations 30. At the end of grade 11, you're going to have those prerequisites to graduate and to get into 70% of the Sask Polytechnic. And then at the end of grade 12, we have that requirement that's needed to get into a non-math specific university program. So grab your pencil and paper. If you have between 70% and 85% in Math 9, you're going to select Workplace and Apprenticeship 10, and then Foundations Pre-Calculus 10 as the courses for you next year. If you are one of the students in the building that has over 85% in Math 9, you're going to select Foundations Pre-Calculus 10, Foundations 20 in grade 10, Pre-Calculus 20, Foundations 30 in grade 11, Pre-Calculus 30, Calculus 30 in grade 12. Why this works for you, at the end of grade 11, you're going to have the prerequisites to get into university programs that are non-math specific. In grade 10, actually, that Foundations 20 credit is the one you would need to graduate. And then, move my face over here, in grade 12, you would have the prerequisite to get into any math or science program at university. So, what are you going to select during your course selection? You're going to select Foundations Pre-Calculus 10 and Foundations 20. Best advice, ask your Math 9 teacher. You can leave them a message on the Google Classroom, or you can talk to them in person. They are more than happy to help you select the best pathway for you.
Hi there, my name is Mr. Cuff, and I'll be walking you through some of the fine arts options that we have here at Tommy Douglas. For music classes, guitar, choral, and band. These performance-based classes offer students an opportunity to express themselves through music. Guitar classes lend themselves well to independent study, where students can learn to grow at their own pace, also while learning to play as a group, where choral and band are primarily learning to play as an ensemble. There are multiple different genres explored in both band and choir in effort to appeal to any listener. The Tommy Douglas Dance Academy welcomes everyone regardless of your dance experience, gender, or body type. Our classes offer you an opportunity to learn fun dances with your classmates in a variety of styles like lyrical, contemporary, jazz, street, and hip-hop choreography, as well as cultural dances. Our classes enjoy performing at school pep rallies, special assemblies, sporting events, and our own recitals. You can check out some of our virtual performances on our Tigers Dance Instagram page. Arts Ed, otherwise known as musical theater, is a great way to get involved and meet others, as the student roster is usually north of 50 people. This class is a combination of singing, dancing, and acting, where we typically put on a full production in May. Past productions have included Little Mermaid, Grease, Newsies, and many more. This is a popular class that ends up building very fond memories for our graduates and for our community. Drama offers an opportunity to craft your skills with acting. Students that are more kinesthetic and have energy to burn often enjoy the physicality of acting and performing, where you can pretend to play a different role other than your true self. Highlights of this course include writing and performing one-act plays, speaking in a different dialect, and improvisation. Visual art is a studio class that asks for the student to creatively express themselves in a variety of media. The primary focus is personal art production with a few theory projects including art history and criticism. Overall, if any of these classes excite you, please take a risk and you will be rewarded with a great experience and a memorable product.
Cut it up.
Hey, present grade 9s, it's Ms. Carter, the career work education teacher and facilitator for Tommy Douglas. In CREX 10, we are going to get some practical experience outside the school. We may bust a superstore and stock shelves or head out to Black Fox to work in the pumpkin patch. We will continue to investigate future career path possibilities on My Blueprint as well as post-secondary opportunities. Let's improve your interview skills and build your resume with practical experience and the Women's Certificate.
In our drafting program, you're going to have the opportunity to learn multiple software platforms, including ones that focus on two-dimensional drawing as well as three-dimensional modeling. You'll also have the opportunity to create models that you'll be able to bring to life with our 3D printers. In our robotics program, you will have the opportunity to learn about a number of different electronic components, be able to utilize those components in circuits that you build and design, and then learn how to use computer software to control electronic circuitry.
If you enjoyed your time in the shop in grade 9, and even if you've never stepped foot in a shop before, you are going to love Woods 10. We get to spend an entire semester using solid lumber to build different types of projects. We'll learn how to square lumber and use every machine in the shop and when we build a stool, and then once we're done that, you can choose whatever project you want.
In Clothing 10, we look at sewing machine basics, sewing terminology and construction, basic sewing skills such as seams, darts, hems, reading patterns, and we look at the science of fabric. The main projects that we'll be working on are a seam sample pillowcase, a hoodie, and students will then get a choice. In Foods 10, we're looking at kitchen and baking basics. You have the opportunity to take the Food Safe course, learn about the basics of nutrition and the importance of eating a balanced diet. We take a deeper look at the food guide and their significance. In Photo 10, the novice photographer will learn how to take awesome photographs and transform them on Photoshop into visual masterpieces. Have fun with peers in a studio setting. We turn creativity into a lifelong passion where we learn about the art of photography, Photoshop techniques, and explore landscape, macro, model work, and more. Take a look at some of our student art that has been created in the past. In Information Processing 10, we learn how to use Microsoft programs, Adobe programs, typing, impact of media in our culture and personal lives. We learn these skills through real-life simulations, where we make our own sports teams, resumes, social media reflections, and more. The overall focus of this class is learning these programs for personal use, not for business. So if you're interested in working with these programs for your own use, this is the class for you. Here's some examples of some student work in this class.
Tommy Douglas has a variety of supports for students in our building. So one of those supports is for students who are English as an additional language. These are students who are bilingual or multilingual and have a first language other than English. And so in these classes, the EAL teachers provide support with one-on-one help. They help students with schoolwork and communicating, and they also help with learning a new language. It's really an awesome learning community. Students also have more time to finish their work and prepare for exams and connect with services such as Open Door and other services for newcomers. And students who take EAL classes usually have more success in their other classes. If you have questions, please talk to Ms. Bandula, Ms. Jorgensen, or any of the counselors for additional information. Students can also seek resource support, which is an elective for any grade. So a resource class is a good fit for you if you require extra time to complete your assignments, you benefit from support to prepare for or write exams, you need assistance with study skills and time management, you would like someone to advocate for your needs at school, you need a safe and calm environment to work on homework, and you work best with small student-to-teacher ratio, including a lot of one-on-one support. In resource classrooms, you have time to work with a resource teacher to help with your work. Resource supports work from other classes, and students do not receive a credit for this class. However, if you need these assistance, it's a good class to sign up for because it will help you in getting your other credits.
Hey, thanks again for listening. And now's the time to go find out more information about all the classes that we just talked about in this slideshow. So please go search out for those teachers in those different subject areas and ask the questions you need to ask so you can make an informed decision for course selection this year. Take care, and we'll see you again January 25th to 29th for part 2 of course selection.